A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one can tell us no or where to go. Do, 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 do. Welcome to the most interesting news in the world. This week, this month, we're talking about a whole new world. Holy moly spicoli. I highly suggest you watch the last episode, which was at the end of October. So it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Highly suggest it. Personally, my favorite one I've done yet so far. We'll see how this one goes. So if you've never been to the most interesting news in the world, previously we talk about everything that's most interesting news in the world from my point of view. So if you want me to talk about what you think is the most interesting point of view, you're going to have to email me, connor@connorjhill.com, or just like drop a message under the thing. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I won't. Sorry, everybody, for my really off yellow lighting. Maybe I could like compensate for it. There's like settings and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not going to try. Nope, not happening. I'm in Rome. Roma. Fiumicino. I don't know how to say it. I'm near Leonardo da Vinci Airport because tomorrow morning at 6:40 we take off. 6:40 never sounds that early until you realize you got to be at the airport like well over an hour before departure. Whoa, that's me. It's 5:40. That means we're leaving the house at 4:30 a.m. OMG. So that's why I started a little bit late. I do have a Mr. Sebastian. He needed some attention to be put to sleep. So now I'm all yours. I'm all the most interesting news in the world. So what are we talking about today? Maestro, baby. And like, I called this episode, I haven't actually, they're always asking me, what are you going to name this episode? I'm like, what makes you think I know what the heck I'm going to talk about before I get here? I don't know. I just start talking and then stuff shows up. So, but this time, apparently I'm getting better. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, what's the title? A Whole New World. So that's what we're going with. A Whole New World. And really is like OMG. OMG. Probably going to sound like an asshole. But if I had projections and expectations of the very first Maestro class that I ever went to, which was the first Maestro class in 2015, the projections and expectations would have been what this Maestro was. What the hell does that mean? Well, it's like this Maestro was like different. This is the first one, at least since that one, where everybody had to be live for one. That's one. Everybody needed to be live. Two, it was different. But it was also different because there's been so much going on in Access Consciousness. I mean, mostly starting with the beginning of the revolution. Well, and even before that, like the body whispering class this year, OMFG. And just like, it's been a super cool year. Oh my God, it's been like the coolest year ever yet so far. Wow. 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 I guess I could have just called this episode Wow. But nobody would have watched. So, A Whole New World. I like that I sang that song because I really loved the movie Aladdin when I was growing up. And it is A Whole New World, a new fantastic point of view. Ooh. So for those of you that missed it, don't worry. You don't have to judge yourself. No judging of yourself. And if a Maestro class is something you'd like to go to, just start asking. You might be like, wow, that's just like mind blowing. I mean, I remember the very first Maestro class I went to was also the first class over the water where I had to it was like think it was my first time even being in Europe. Yep. No. Yep. Yep. First time I was ever even in Europe. And like, wow. Because it was not in Rome, it was in Venice. And this was my first time in Venice too. And I was like a Grinch. I was a disgruntled mofo. And that's why I say, if I had projections, expectations, because I didn't, of that Maestro class that I had, no, I was just like, I just want to do that. I want that. And if you're going to create anything, I highly suggest doing it from that energy, not like, how am I going to do it? I've been trying a lot of how am I going to do it? It's just, man, does it make it difficult. So, and like this class more than ever, I'm like, wow, it's like since that body whispering class I told you about that we did at the ranch with Dr. Dane here, since that class, and if you hear Sebastian, say hello. Hi, Sebastian. Is that he's trying to go to sleep. Well, yeah, he's trying to go to sleep. Is that I've been so excited to create, like, not even what I used to think creation was. I used to think creation was like you created a business or you created money or any odds and ends of materialistic or any idealistic things that you can see in this reality. But now I'm just like, just to create for the sheer joy and adventure of it. So what does this have to do with being the most interesting news in the world? Well, I like to call this the most interesting news in the world because everything is just an interesting point of view. What if everything was just an interesting point of view? Because it is. Everything is just an interesting point of view. I mean, I could talk about all the wars that are going on and all the people that are dying and all the terrible things that are going on in the world. Handed. I don't know if you knew this, but it's as a statistically inclined kind of a person, when you see a headline that says like 30 people died, I know I'm going to sound like the worst person on the planet right now. You're kind of like, well, on average, every day, a minimum of 400,000 people die on the whole globe, just to put it into perspective. And about 600,000 people, babies, are born. So you got like a surplus of 200,000, which if you do the math, equates to about 1 billion in a decade. So, wow, and I used to get all upset with that kind of stuff. I'm like, look at what we're doing to the planet. But that was when I wasn't asking the planet, like, hey, what's up? How can I contribute to you? Let's all do that right now. Whole new world. Let's talk about a whole new world. Let's just help our world. The one that's on the planet, with the planet, let's just ask the planet, hey, how can I contribute to you? And every single time I've ever asked, how can I contribute to you, as I do ask now, I get a sense of receive from me. So how about this? Would any of you let the planet, the earth, heal you? Everything that doesn't allow that to show up times the Godzilla would destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all 9 shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond. So let's go a little farther. Everything that doesn't allow the planet to heal you, the earth to heal you, we destroy and create it all. Times a gazillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pocket all 9 shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond. Some really awesome questions I've been asking myself recently because I was talking to Gary. I got a private session with him, and I was like, Gary, all these people that won't let me contribute to them. I don't remember exactly what I said. It was something along those lines. I told him a very specific situation, and he's like, and he got very intense with me, and he was like, and I'm not going to do the intensity right now just because apparently I don't have the ability to do the intensity right now because I also have my son in the other room. He might like wake up. Apparently I can't. I won't let myself do that intensity. Whoa. Wow. That's very good to know. Whole new world, baby. Everything that doesn't allow that to show up. Sorry, I'm going to take a moment for myself because I need this. Everything that doesn't allow that, everything doesn't allow me to perceive and be and receive that energy and be it and be it and be it and be it and be it. Just trying to create it all. Wow. Right about Papa God, I short suppose, Papa Dizimi. Oh my goodness. Huh. Wow. There is a level of kindness in that energy that I have not been willing to be. Holy moly. It is like this energy of, dude, get present with your life. Stop being like, you're doing this, la, 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 la. Get present. Wow. Wow. I have so not been willing to be that. Woo-wee. Whole new world. One of the most interesting news in the world. Heard it here, folks. I'm just closing my eyes because, like, I can sense the energy dissipating and changing and sloughing off and changing and changing and changing. And it just is easier for me to not hold on to anything as real and true when I have my eyes closed. Wow. Holy cow. Woo. Ah. And those questions I've been asking are, when, where, and how can I contribute? So if y'all have look at problems, not that there's actually any problems in the world, but from your point of view, it's going to be a problem. I'm just going to acknowledge that you're thinking is a problem, or anything that you notice can change, or anything that you notice can be different, anything that you notice can be greater, anything that you think you're aware of could be different in the world. You can start asking these questions: who, what, and where. No, who, what, and when. Wait, where, when, and how. Oh man, somewhere along those lines. Not who. It could be like a who, but it doesn't really need to be. When, where, and how. There we go. When, where, and how can I contribute? Ooh, and some new one I've changed. I've taken that one and created some more with it, and it's when, where, and how can I receive? So when, where, and how can you contribute to the earth? When, where, and how can you contribute to the earth? When, where, and how can you contribute to the earth? When, where, and how can you contribute to a whole new world? When, where, and how can you receive a whole new world? When, where, and how can you receive a whole new world? And when, where, and how can you contribute to the earth? Holy moly, bejesus, spicoli. Wow. Oh my God. Ooh. Everything that doesn't, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take this over and just make it all about me right now. Everything that doesn't allow me to be that energy, just trying to create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, papa, shorts, boys, puffets, and beyond. Man. And this is all of you, this is something you can do for yourselves. So, oh man, yeah, something you can do for yourselves. I'm like, so wouldn't like, I highly suggest, and I'm sorry for these background noises, I don't really know where they're coming from. One of the things I highly suggest you do is you go get yourself the book called 10 Keys to Total Freedom. First key is, would an infinite being truly choose this? What is an infinite being? An infinite being has infinite choice. infinite question, infinite possibility, and infinite contribution. Oh my goodness gracious. If you were an infinite being, would you truly choose to not allow yourself to be any energy? No, you would allow yourself to be infinite energies, all of them. Cool. I get that. So, when you notice yourself avoiding being something, and this is where POVADs in the clearing statement comes from, is when you're avoiding, which is avoiding and defending, normally, like not normally, like those are always tied together. If you're avoiding something, you're also defending it. You can POC and POD where you're avoiding and defending things. So if you're so everything, I'll do it right now with that energy I talked about, delivering, Gary delivering to me, like, get present in your life. It's not what he said. I'm just saying that's how I perceive the energy right now, knowing full well that I see the world through the filters of my own judgments. Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone does. Sees the filters, sees the world. Sebastian's laughing. Sees the world through the filters of their own judgments. So that's what I hear when there is infinite else available with that. Oh my God. I hope you guys can hear that because that's fucking funny. Kid is going off laughing. I love it. It's so good. And the other thing is, notice how I'm saying get present in your life. Would an infinite being truly choose to be not totally present in their own life? So if you're not, and a lot of people are like, oh, I am, I'm totally present in my life. Oh, right. How different would your life be? Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. So, with any energy that comes up that you notice that you're avoiding, you can POC and POD all the POVADs, all the points of views you're avoiding and defending. That's where POVADs comes from. So everything I'm avoiding and defending with that, oh my goodness, right, wrong, good, bad, public, online, shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyond. You can just say POC and POD for short. Everything I'm avoiding and defending with that, POC and POD. Oh my God, my shoulder. Everything I'm avoiding and defending, everything. What am I defending? Wow. I'm defending me, the definition of me. Wow, is that even me? Or is that like a combination of a whole lot of people I know? It's a combination of a whole lot of people I know. And all the projections, expectations, and separations, judgments, and rejections that anybody's ever put on me. Ooh, man. Damn, I'm really good at building myself up to be everything that everybody projects at me. Ooh. Okay. Well, ladies and gents, as you know, 20 minutes is about as far as I go. And this was huge. But before we go, because this is going to keep going for me. So anybody else, if you enjoyed it so far, I highly suggest listening and or watching many times over. Now, things I wanted to talk about. Tomorrow, Gary Douglas has, I believe you have to have some sort of prerequisites, but I highly suggest checking it out and getting yourself those prerequisites as soon as possible. He has a telecall called Money is Not the Source of Creation, You Are. How cool does that sound? Also, Simone Milasas has a telecall called Gratitude. Gratitude something. I'm sorry. I'm like, really? There's a whole lot. Oh, wait. What would show up if you had gratitude? It has to do with gratitude. Boom. Now, why is gratitude important? Well, because it's almost Thanksgiving. Come on now. So good. Perfect time to join. There he is. He's not sleeping. Not happy? I'm coming. All right, folks. Well, that's going to be the end of our show. If you want to find out more information about me and any classes, telecalls, anything I got going on coming up, you can go to connorjhill.com. You can also go to accessconsciousness.com/Connor Hill. No J in that one. All right. Hope to see you next time on the most interesting news in the world. We are every week but not always, because a lot of times on the airplane, I'm on an airplane on Wednesday. I know we travel a lot. And most interesting news in the world, every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Istanbul, Turkey time, which is also Moscow time, which is also 9 p.m. Central European time, or 3 p.m. Texas time, depending on no, I think the clock's changed. Just check it out. All right. Hope to see you next week on the most interesting news in the world. Have yourself a whole new world. And listen to this again. Ciao, ciao from Roma. Arrivederci. Bon voyage.